Hey everyone, am I audible? Guys, can you confirm if I'm audible and the voice is clear enough? Then we'll get started. फटाफट confirm कर दो. I'll also check from my end. Waiting for everyone to join in. Geeks for Geeks. Okay. Okay, perfect. I think it is audible. It's perfectly audible. Okay, perfect. I think it is audible. It's perfectly cool. Waiting for everyone to join. Yeah, आज कुछ आने वाला था यार. I've been debugging. I I've been debugging since the morning, and there is some code issue. I haven't slept from yesterday, so I'll sleep. Maybe it'll come tomorrow. I think I'll fix it tonight, and yeah, tomorrow it'll come. Cool. So I'll just invite today's candidate for the event. So yeah, I'll just add him. Hey, Arijit. Hi. Sorry, Arjit. Is
Hello,
it
Sagar.
Arijit? Arjit.
It is Arjit, Arjit.
Okay, Arjit. Nice. So yeah, where are you from? Like which college? Can you just have a quick introduction about yourself so that everyone gets to know about you?
Okay. So, hey, this is Arjit Giri, and I'm currently pursuing my electrical engineering from IIT Indore. My current interest includes computer science and software development, and I have done my coding part mostly through lead code and a little bit of WhatsApp too. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this interview.
Nice. So have you done any projects or something like that?
I have done a couple of projects in the first year, and I'm also doing a couple of projects now as well, like based on one start.
Okay,
And
nice.
okay,
Cool. I think I've sent you a Google Doc link on your mail. If your Gmail is open, you will be able to see it. I still see a bit of lag on your audio side. Can you just speak one?
hello.
There's a lag. There's a lag again. Can you rejoin? There's a lag again on your side.
Yeah, just a minute.
Uh, there's a bit of lag. I'll let him join again. He was speaking and then his mouth was moving, so it was kind of a bit of laggy. अरे यार एक ठीक है यार आज announcement एक से हाँ try speaking now. Hi. Okay, I think it is. Can you just speak something?
Hello. I'm
No,
audible.
yeah, now it's fine. But I still have doubt how long it will work because I think there is an internet issue. Okay, so let's quickly start off. So the question is a pretty straightforward one. I'll give you time to read the question.
Okay. So, given n and m, find the minimum number of primes required to make n. You can use the first m primes to do so. First m primes.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you look at the first example, n is equal to 10, m is equal to 1.
Yes.
Okay, and since I'm saying you're just allowed to use one prime, so as of now you just have 2. So you add up 2 5 times and then you get
Yes.
10, right? So
So
that's the
it is
case.
like may find minimum number of primes required to make n.
Yes, but like you can't use 5 over here twice because I'm saying you can just use the first m primes.
First m primes. Yes.
So the second example, you can check it out. N is equal to 11, m is equal to 3. So basically, I'm saying the first three primes. Now, you know, the first three primes are 2, comma 3, comma 5, right? So
Yes.
if you add them up, you'll actually get 11.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the question.
Like, do we know the like? Can I know the range of n? Like
Okay.
the upper bound of.
Uh, n can go as big as 10 to the power 6, let's say. And
Okay.
similarly, m can go as big as 10 to the power 6.
Okay. Can I just give a little thought about that?
Yeah, sure, sure. You can take it time.
Okay. So minimum require is 5. So I've been given an n and an m value. I can only use first m primes to, and I need to minimize the and I have minimum number of primes required to make n. The summation should be there. Okay. So you can use the first capital M primes to do so. Minimum we require 3 primes. 5. Why am I not using 5 again? Because if I use 5 again, then it will become 10, and 11 minus 10 is 1, and 1 is not a prime. Okay. So I'm using 5. The remaining one is like 6. Okay. It's okay. So if n is like 2, then answer will be 2. Then answer will be 1. N is like 2. You need to find the minimum number of primes required. Okay. Like finding primes, the first time primes we can do, we can use sieve of various stones to find the first time primes.
Makes sense?
But I'm just trying to find whether I should do it greedily or I should use TP,
So yeah,
because
just a quick correction. The constraints that I stated for n, that will be 10 to the power 3. It isn't 10 to the power 6, it will be 10 to the power 3, both the sides.
okay, so n is like 10 to the power 3. Okay. So okay. Uh, I'm thinking of doing it with TP since n is like up to 10 is power 3 only, and within a range. And what is m? What was m? The larger value of m?
M can go as large as 10 to the power 4.
Okay. So for n is equal to 2, it m will be greater than equal to 1, right? At least m will be 1. So for n is equal to 2, it doesn't matter what my m is, my answer is gonna be 1 because I can only use 2. Now, what? Okay. For n is equal to 3, I have a prime as 3.
Hmm.
For n is equal to 4, I can make it using 2 and 2 twice.
Okay.
For n is equal to 5, I can make it with 5 only. For n is equal to 6, Okay, the very first prime which I can use with respect to 6 is 5, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
if I use 5, I have to include n as 1, and we do not know, and 1 is not a prime, right? So with 5 we cannot do it.
You can do it. 2 plus 3.
No, I mean I cannot use 5 in case of 6.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
my n is 6, I cannot take 5 because the rest remaining number will be 1, and
Hmm.
1 is not a prime. Okay, so I have to use 3, and the remaining, and if I take 3, then the remaining number is 2. Then I can, and I have already calculated the answer for 2 if I just approach it using the DP approach. Yes,
Hmm.
and I can also take 2 as one of my number,
Hmm.
and for 2, the remaining number is 3, and I must have already calculated the answer for 3. So among all of them, if I take the minimum one, that will be the minimum answer for the current problem, right? So
Okay.
using or aggregating the problems, these sub problems, I can calculate the problem for the current problem.
Okay.
So I think we, I would love to do it with DP approach, and
Sure.
so in that approach, I need to find like what will be the very first prime which I can incorporate into my answer.
Hmm.
Okay, and like I can store the first m like till m first m primes into vector using the sieve of Virostosthenes,
Okay.
and inside the nested loop, where the first loop will be from n is equal to 2 till n is equal to whatever my upper limit is,
Hmm.
and inside the first for loop I will have a second loop that will iterate over the primes and the first m primes. Although I can break that first m primes in between, because it may possible that the mth prime may goes out of, or the value of that mth prime may go beyond n value, and that is of no use, right?
Okay.
So I will take 2 first, then 3, then 5, and corresponding to that, uh, among all those sub problems, like with respect to 2, I must have already calculated the answer for n minus 2. For with respect to 3, I must have already calculated the answer for 3. For n minus 3, and for 5, I must have already calculated the answer for 5, n minus 5.
Hmm.
So among all those sub problems, I will take the minimum one. That
Yep.
will be the answer for the current sub problem.
Yep. Makes sense.
So, so this will be the approach, and
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Maybe we can get into the code. If you haven't
like
missed anything, are you sure you haven't missed anything?
time complexity. Are you asking?
No, I think you're still missing on something.
Uh, C, are you asking? I have already told you C.
No. What if you can't make it?
Oh yeah.
Did not think of that edge case while solving the problem, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
What if n is like, for an example, if I
So
give you
yeah,
the
yeah. If I am unable to solve it, then I would definitely definitely give that subproblem as a very big integer so that I won't include that into my answer.
makes sense. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, we can maybe code in the next the stuff next. Yeah, we can start coding over here. I'll just reduce the font size a bit so that you can code in a one. Yeah, perfect.
Like, can I write the format in my copy
Uh,
so that it will be easy for me to write?
Maybe you can just write on the Google Doc because there are people who are watching it, so it will be helpful
Okay,
for
okay,
you.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
should I make the complete function like?
Assuming you're just given a function which accepts n and m. That's it.
Okay, I can take it main function.
Yeah. There's no need to write the main function. Just take a function which is taking the input as an nm. And I want the function to return the answer. That's it.
Okay, okay. So min prime is a function that is being given int n value, int m value, So this is that function which we are talking about. So let's take a vector that will store the first prime, first n primes. This font size is changing automatically.
Which one is changing? So you can use like you can just have yeah, you can just go up and select it.
And one this void C. So C will take one. Only m primes, right? Okay. So we only need m primes. So we can. What parameter should I pass? N. Okay, let's take it as n for now. So let's take a vector of int that will tell me that this number is prime or not. So what size should I take? Should it be n plus 1? Initially, all of them will be true. The basic C I'm writing will send the value of n afterwards. Okay, so this is like a prime. Now start from 2. C will be equal to n and p plus plus. I will start from p star. I I will be less than equal to this capital N, so capital N, and I plus equal to P. I'll do it only if my time of P, and only if it do this. Will make all of them as false. I'm struggling a little bit, like writing on top. I'm writing it for the first time. Prime. Am I audible?
Yeah, you don't need to. You basically don't need to indent it. You can just go on writing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And always
This
use
time.
whenever you write code in Google Doc, try to use the tab button. That helps you a lot. Yeah, just keep it on Prime and give a tab, but it will make sure that it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, let's check. Let me check my C vector in prime capital N plus 1 true. Start from P till square root of n P plus plus. If prime of P for I, start from P plus Pi, go till n and I plus equal to P. Prime of P, prime of I is equal to false. Okay, now this is like a count variable. When I iterate over, start from 2, prime of I have n primes vector over pushback is high and or count plus plus if count become greater than equal to m. So I need one more parameter, then just break this loop. So vector int primes void sweep int m vector int prime a prime of I is gonna be false. Count p0 from 2 till n. I plus plus if prime of I m primes it is m primes dot pushback I count plus plus if count greater than equal to m. I will break it. Yeah. So let's make min prime is already there. So let's call this C. That will take this parameter n and m m till n only. I need the primes, right? Till n only, yes. So until now I have got this primes, the m primes into my prime vector. Okay, so like I will define a dp of size n plus 1. I know the answer for 2. dp of 2 will be 2. Sorry, 1. This is getting capital. The first initial is getting capital by itself. Will it be fine?
Yeah, that's fine. So let's do one thing. Let's shift to this. If you are facing an issue, so I've given you a link on the private chat. You can open that. I'll just copy paste the entire code over there, because this is the users will not understand what you're typing, and it becomes a bit messy as well. So are you able to open this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So did you see your code?
Just a minute.
Yes.
It is.
So yeah, I pasted it and I'll share the screen with the users. Just give me a minute. So that, okay. Okay, now you can write away. That's a better portion to write.
I'm just defining a maximum price. So dp of I is like, let's define one constant variable, say x or n. That will take around 189 from maximum value, and we will initialize one of the massive infinity inf. dp of 2 is 1. We know that. Starting from 3. Okay. So what was the range of n? It was from 1 till 10 is to power 3.
Yep.
Okay. So like for 1 it is impossible to do that. So what should I return in that case?
-1 should be fine.
Okay. Like if n is less than equal to 1. Return -1. Okay, starting from dp of 2, I less than 3. Will go till n and I plus plus. Now a different variable j that will iterate over my m primes vector. J. So okay, I will say like if m primes of j become greater than I, I will break it from here only. Else my DP for current problem is gonna be DP of minimum I, DP of I, comma, DP of I minus m primes of K. We will see that. So I'll ask like if DP of capital N greater than equal to NF, then minus 1, else I will return DP of N. Let constant I NF is equal to 1 E9 for n time is equal to 1. DP of 2 is 1, for I is equal to 3. The first prime is gonna be m primes of J is greater than I. I will break it. Or greater than equal to will also be fine. Equal to if the number is prime itself. So TP of 0 I should define 0 and whatever TP of 1. TP of 1 will be infinity. Okay, for int with less than I plus plus for int j is less than equal to m prime plus I is equal to m primes of j. TP of I is limiting on TP of I. TP of I minus m primes of j. If my current number is prime, I should take that and that will lead me to 0. So I need 0 primes to make that, so DP of 0 has to be 0. For DP of 1, I will not be able to make that, so that will return me infinite or a very big value. So I think I have done my part.
I'm still skeptical this code will not run.
Okay.
You can try taking it. You can try taking a test case. The code will not run.
Okay. Just a minute. Where is the problem? Is there any problem in C or?
We need to figure that out. The answer will be wrong if you run this code.
Okay.
You have a lot of time. You can figure out. I want you to see how you usually debug.
Okay. This is less or equal to capital N P plus plus if prime of P 2 is a prime. Start from 4 is equal to n. I plus equal to P prime of P is false. 0 for I2 while is equal to n I plus plus. If prime of I m prime dot push back I count plus plus. Just a minute. Greater than equal to m. I will break it because I can take only m primes. First m primes until n only. There has to be till n only. Okay. If n capital N is less than equal to 1 to 0 or 1, return minus 1. So I cannot make 1 c of n comma n. If of n plus 1 constant of only 9 for n I 0 less than equal to. dp of I is like infinity, dp of 0 is 0, dp of 2 is 1, for int I v 3 less than equal to n I plus plus, for int j 0, primes dot size j plus plus. If m primes of j is greater than I will break it. Okay, else dp of I is gonna be minimum of mm, I minus p of minimum dp of I minus m primes of j. If dp equivalent written minus 1 has written dp of n. If, like, is there any a particular test case where it will fail or it is completely collapse on every case?
It will fail for all the test cases apart from -1. Even it will fail for -1 as well. Yeah, -1 will work. Apart from -1, all other test cases will fail. Every single
Okay.
one. You can take the test cases that I gave in the Google Doc. All of those will also
Okay.
fail.
Yeah. So capital N was 11 and M was 3, right? So till 11, we have 5, we have 2, we have 3, we have 5. Front PB, 2 PBs. Okay. Can I run my file? Like, is
Uh,
it possible on this platform to run file?
I am not sure, but I'll still prefer you to do it without running it. Let's see.
Okay.
Because when you go into interviews, you'll not be allowed to run your code. So
Okay.
it's typically your thought process should be exactly converted into the code, and you're missing a very big thing. So yeah, had it been small, I would have done it. So try. The hint is the prime is perfect. The hint is there is a
Okay.
problem with P. So you need to figure
With
out
with this
why.
min prime, right?
I am not sure where the problem is. The DP is problematic that you've written.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Size is fine. Constant 1 from 0 till n. dp of I is nf. dp for 0 is like 0. dp for 2 is like 1. I can take m primes, first m primes. For from I is equal to 3, I less than equal to capital N and I plus plus. Okay. Okay. For which is 0 less primes for size and j plus plus. So if m prime of j is m prime of j will become greater than I will not be able to make it. Mm, M prime of j is greater than I will break it, else dp of I is minimum dp of I. Let's run it.
Maybe you can just take an example and write comments and run. That will be the best
Okay.
thing. You can take the example of this. The first example only you can take and do a dry run on your for loop. Probably you'll get this.
Okay. So dp of 2 is like 1, n is 10. So for dp of 3, my m primes will contain 2. m prime will contain 2 if m prime of j greater than I. No, it is not. Then dp of I is going to be minimum dp of I comma I is like 3 minus m prime of j, 3 minus 2, and dp of 1. So I cannot make it for 3. I cannot make it. Yes. So dp of I for that is going to be nf minimum dp of I comma dp of 1 is taken. Okay. For dp of 4, so for 4, my m prime of j is not greater than I. It is 2. So dp of I is minimum dp of I is like 4 minus m prime of j. dp of 2 is like 1. It's 1 plus dp of I minus m prime of j. So it is 1 plus. I just forgot to add 1.
Yep, that is what I was looking for. Perfect. I think this is perfect. Can we discuss the time complexity?
Yeah, sure.
You
So
need to add one. So can you just add the one wherever that one has to be added?
yeah, here
Where
it's 1
are you?
plus dp of I.
Yeah, perfect. Are you typing it? I am not sure.
No. I have already typed it.
I think there is a bit of lag. Are you able
It
to see
is.
what I'm?
Yes. I am able to see that.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So basically,
dp of I is. Mhm.
one plus will not be on I minus m prime. Sorry, it will be. Yeah. That's perfect. Cool. I think that is correct. So can we discuss the time complexity and the space complexity used?
Okay, sure. So let's start discussing it from this functional. So we have this sieve.
Mm-hmm.
So the time complexity of sieve is like n log of log n, where
Okay.
n is this parameter which
Mm-hmm.
we have sent here,
Mm-hmm.
and the space complexity will be m of primes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the number of primes, so that is basically big of m, that we
Mm-hmm.
store the first m primes inside this m primes.
Mm-hmm.
So now come to this m prime function. This is like
Mm-hmm.
big of n,
Mm-hmm.
and now coming to this part. So the complete time complexity will be big of n plus the time complexity of this. It will be big of n plus big of n into the number of
Mm-hmm.
primes I'm having inside my m primes vector. So it will be big of m into n.
Nice. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Cool. I think that is it from my end. So I absolutely loved your approach. So going across for feedbacks, if I was taking an interview, by the way, this question came up in an Amazon online assessment a couple of weeks back. So this question was from for people watching and even you solving it. This question was from online assessment of Amazon. It went into one of the campuses, and it's a question of that. So for feedbacks, what I'll tell you is try to figure out the edge cases. I think you missed out a very big edge case, something like a -1.
Okay.
Just don't solve the problem which is given to you. Always think of what if it doesn't happens, what if no. Okay, so there's always an no aspect of all the questions, and these questions are generally asked in interviews because they want to see, are you thinking out of the box? Because see,
Okay.
I could have written over here in the question, what if it's not possible, then print -1. This according to comparative programming, right? Where they tell you that if not possible, then print -1. So these are the questions you need to take care of. The other thing that I'll tell you is, if you're going in for an this interview, do not take global variables. I see you're using a global variable like vector of int of m primes, right? So
Yes.
if I just take this up, what you could have done is, you could have just declared it over here. Instead of a void, you can written vector of int, and you can
Vector of
say,
n.
yeah,
Yes.
you can just say get primes. That would have been a better way, because they're saying, okay, this is a function which gives me a vector of primes, and over here you can just return an m prime. So usually this is called as functional, like There's a term for this, I forgot. So yeah, basically, if you go for production environment, whenever you'll work for bigger techs, so they always say you every function should have a meaning. Like it should not put something into the global variables. Instead of that, okay, this get primes. It's gonna give me primes for the first m numbers or whatever it is. Okay, the other thing is try naming functions in a much better way, because what happens is there is something as code quality, in which we see whenever an interviewer takes an interview, it's not that you have solved the question. Okay, it's always a mixture of
Okay.
everything. Are you able to solve a question? Then there comes the code quality. So when I talk about code quality, your code quality is perfect, right? But maybe I'll not give you 5 out of 5 if I was asked to give 5 out of 5. Why? Because then you have to write these functions name properly. So this, if I was giving the interview, I would have written get first n primes. That would have been my function name. Now this
Okay.
looks much more meaningful, right? I understand you're using a
Yes.
sieve algorithm, but get first m primes, or you can write get first m primes using sieve. That is something which is much more meaningful, and that is where the code quality will come in. Got it? So these
Okay.
things are very
Yes.
important. And again, instead of m primes, you could have that. That is still okay. So yeah, variable naming is quite important. That is, you have to mention over here. If you look at the code, you're writing dp of I minus m prime j. So if you go for interviews, I'll always recommend, if there is something as minus, always try to put that into a variable, because it makes the readability much more. Got it? So remaining
Yes.
or something like that, put that into a variable, and then put this variable over here, so that you don't have to explain them that I minus m prime is the remaining number. It should be understandable by your code only. So just a slight, a bit more focus on the code quality. And the third feedback that you want, I want you to seriously improve is, uh, I could have told you one plus, and it's not a big thing. No one is going to reject for you for this. But then whenever I say the code is wrong, or whenever someone says the code is wrong, do not just blandly check, okay, this is the line is perfect, this is how it should be written. So it gives me an impression that, okay, you kind of remember the code, and you're just mapping the this code to your brain's code, that okay, is it perfect or not. So whenever someone says, you can do that, but do not do that in front of the interviewer. It gives a very bad impression that, okay, he remembers the code. Okay, so instead of that, what you should always do it, you should
Okay.
just take an example. The best way to do is, like when I told you that this was wrong, you should have taken something like n equal to 10, m equal to 2, and you should have started right away doing a dry run. Okay, this is working fine. For m equal to 3, this is going to store 1 times. And this is how you generically do in an interview if your code is said to be wrong. Okay, always take up
Okay.
a test case and run it on that. Or a lot of times interviewer might give you a test case that it is failing on this, so you should take the test case, and you should, because no one will allow you to run, so you have to write the comments yourself. And okay, this after running will be something like this after running will be something like this. So these are the like very minor feedbacks. Again, I'm saying that if you give this interview, you are not going to be rejected. But in case there are other factors involved, let's say in future you go and give an interview where, let's say there are like couple of slots and everyone had a very good interview, and these factors, these are very small factors, and they do play a very crucial role. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Any other questions you have for me? I'll
Yeah.
stop.
First of all, I would like to extend
Yeah,
my thanking words to you for being so nice throughout the interview, and
sure.
your suggestion are very valuable for me, and I would definitely look forward to incorporate these into my code quality and whatever you were saying. And can I ask you something
Yeah, sure, sure.
uh, it won't be related to that. It will be a little off topic.
Sure, not an issue. We have a lot of time.
So just out of curiosity, I just want to know how are you managing all such thing? Like I have been following you. I know what are you doing.
Yeah.
You are doing a full-time job in Google also, and you are also doing YouTube. And in YouTube too, you are doing a lot of things. You are doing travel blogging and creating exclusive educational content. How are you managing your time? It's not that easy to manage all such thing at the same time.
It's all about priorities, man. I always feel when you want to do something, it's about priorities. Like for me, I am very sure if I'm enjoying something, I'm going to do that for very long. Like I'll give you an example. So before YouTube, I was teaching with Geeks for Geeks only. I was taking their live course. I was taking money from the students. I was having a batch of like 70, 80 where I used to teach live courses. Then I was getting quite a decent amount, quite a handful amount, and I taught for like 1 year. And after that, the amount that I was getting was actually greater than my media.net salaries per month salary. So you can understand how much I was getting, but I did not enjoy it after a while. After like 1 year, I felt somewhere I'm not enjoying it. There's no point in going and teaching like same thing every like once in 2 months. So I just left live classes. I did not do. And after that, the same thing happened. Uh, I used to do travel vlogging because I love it. I enjoy it. The other reason being my family sees it. That is because see, you are going for a trip. So if you record it, I think probably 20 years down the line, when you sit back with your family, and you can tell them, okay, I went to Warsaw. This is my first job, and this is where I went. So these memories. That is why I do travel vlogging. And when it comes to teaching, I will say there are a couple of factors to it. One of the factors is the amazing comment and everything that I get. And second factor is definitely the side income that you generate, which is not a small amount. Let's be very honest. The side income that you generate via YouTube channel is massive. Is massive in the sense it's like I've been doing it for 2 years. As of now, I generate more than what I earn at Google, right? So and that
That's really
also
cool. Yeah.
yeah, and that also without actually selling out any courses. So imagine like anyone like if I go out for like after 5 years, go out and make this an ed tech brand for just for I'm not thinking, but yeah, just in case I suddenly feel like I need to make it a tech brand. So you can't just give up, because once you started, you're enjoying it. But yeah, if I feel tomorrow I don't enjoy it, I don't enjoy making content, I think I'm gonna put a full stop. I won't care about the money, because I'm at that stage of my life where I don't care about money. Even if you talk to GFG people, I don't negotiate much. Whatever they offer me, I'm like, okay, make a deal for 6 months or 1 year. Like in most of the other YouTubers case, they usually make a deal for 1 month, and the next month they have subscribers increase, so they again come and negotiate. So if you ask anyone of the brands, I'm like, give me a 6 month deal. I don't care, because I don't want to go every month and say मेरे 10,000 सब्सक्राइबर्स बढ़े, अब मेरे को इतना हजार ज्यादा दे. तो ये चीजें होती है. But I think it's all about passion. A lot of people will love Netflix, so they watch Netflix. I'm sure that if you love a series, you finish it in like couple of nights, right? That
Yes.
is, everyone does that, right? So
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me, for me, I love making videos. So I just like yesterday, like I haven't slept for the last 48 hours. I told I'll be launching something, so I just making it because my team was like today is Saturday, so they are on leave. I was just making it, and I felt like I encountered a bug. So yeah, that's it. As long as I enjoy, I'll do it. But once you don't enjoy, I think it's better to stop instead of running behind money. Like I did not put up videos for 1 month. I had a huge financial loss. It's fine. So I think when you get into the industry, you will go to the office. You might find something else as a passion. It's not necessary that you go and do YouTube, right? You might find that, okay, let's badminton for an example, or swimming. You might find something like a swimming as your hobby, where you go like, okay, every Saturday Sunday I'm going to go swimming. Or you might find okay, I'm going to do solo trips. People go and do solo trips. So everyone has a different passion. So whenever you love something that you do, I don't think you need to manage. Like it's automatic. If you're sitting idle, you just do it. So it's all about
Yes.
loving the thing that you do. Even going across, if you're going into software engineering and you don't love it, for after like 3 4 years, you realize that when you code you don't enjoy it. I think it's time to move across to management or probably explore some other fields, because it's not necessary that, okay, you have been to an IIT, you have done a BTech, you have to do software engineering. I have seen people, there's a lot of my friends who did BTech, and after a couple of years they realized that this is not for them. They moved out. They're now pursuing MBA, and now they will be moving into management. So it's all about, if you're loving it, just pursue with it. If you're not loving it, do not force it because it's paying you a handsome amount of money. Because after a bit of time, your mental health will take a very very heavy toll, and then you'll not enjoy. यार पैसे क्या करोगे लेके बैंक अकाउंट में? मतलब क्या करोगे? गाड़ी लोगे, घर लोगे, उसके बाद तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते ना. एक मोमेंट
Yes.
के बाद ना तुम, मतलब जब तुम 1 करोड़ 2 करोड़ तुम बैंक अकाउंट में रख लोगे ना, उसके बाद तुम्हें लगेगा अब क्या करना है, मतलब अनलेस अनटिल तुम एकदम बहुत ही ग्रीडी इंसान हो, उसके बाद तुम्हें भी लगेगा कि हाँ ठीक है, अब अपने लिए जीते हैं. सो दैट इज द थिंग.
It's truly inspiring.
Sure,
It's
sure,
so
man.
nice hearing these words from you, Striver.
Just make
Thanks for
sure.
taking my interview.
Yeah, just make sure, man, whenever you go out to the industry, uh, just do what you like. I'll just say you that अगर तुम जा रहे हो कोई कंपनी में, कोई एक ऐसा टीम मिल गया ना जहाँ काम करना नहीं पसंद है, चेंज कर लेना। ये मत सोचना कि करियर में 6 महीने पीछे जाऊंगा। ठीक है, मतलब अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है
Yes,
कि यार,
yes.
लेट्स से तुम्हें बैकएंड मिल गया फॉर एन एग्जांपल, तुम्हें लग रहा है कि बैकएंड में से नहीं हो रहा, फ्रंट एंड मुझे करना है, सीधा टीम चेंज कर दो। ठीक है, 6 महीने पीछे ही नहीं आ जाओगे। वो मर मर के बैकएंड करने से अच्छा, या फिर मर मर के फ्रंट एंड करने से अच्छा चेंज कर लो। तो बस जो पसंद है वो करो। ठीक है।
Yes, Striver. I'm taking these words from you.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, wonderful to have you, man. I absolutely loved your confidence. I am definitely sure you're gonna make it big in the next 6 months, whenever your placements start. And I'll definitely expect your message on LinkedIn or Instagram for sure.
Yeah, I will definitely give a message to you.
Sure, man. Sure. Thank you so much for coming in. All the best. Let's meet sometime. Okay. See ya.
Thank you, Striver.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, guys. I think that was it for today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I think I was there for one. I have 5 minutes. If you have any questions, do you have any questions? Uh, 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 if you have any questions, you can put in. Otherwise, I'll take your leave because I'll go and work on the launch that I'm planning. By the way, launch थोड़ा delay हो गया because I've been कल मैं ऑफिस से आया 8 बजे and I've been मैंने डिनर किया, मैं 9 बजे से बैठा था and पूरा रात मैंने बैठा, फिर 3 घंटा सोया था। आज सुबह भी there was a bug. I can't do anything. So बहुत लिंक्स है, like it's like 1500 लिंक्स है जो मैनुअली उठा उठा के डालना पड़ रहा है। आई कुड नॉट ऑटोमेट इट बिकॉज ऑटोमेट करूंगा, एक एक ही टास्क के लिए ऑटोमेट करके फायदा नहीं है। तो all the YouTube links, lead code links, GFGs links, everything together. So yeah, mostly I hope I can make it tomorrow. I'll not give any further assurance, but I'll try that I'll make it tomorrow for sure. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. My hair loss, nah, it's okay. That is how I've been throughout my life. I keep short hairs now. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. Let's meet tomorrow. Tomorrow I have an editorial session. Please do participate in the Job-A-Thon, and I'll be solving. Even if you're not eligible for those companies, doesn't matter. Just go and give the contest because the contests have very good problems. I've seen the problems today only. The problems are very good. At least you'll get an experience of how online assessments are, and after that we will solve it. So you'll also get to know about 3 new problems. You'll solve 3 new problems tomorrow. So please go and uh, please please go and do this Job-A-Thon tomorrow. And tomorrow we will meet at 10 o'clock to solve Job-A-Thon problems. See ya. Bye bye. Like kar dena stream ko.